Hello.
How are you doing, Naomi?
I'm doing good.
That was such a great song, Boss Man's Coming. Actually, one time I was talking to Clint.
Uh-huh.
I was going to send that to, because that's an older song from a long time ago, but it's still, that rhythm just gets you going, and send it to Johnny Reed, maybe do a remake of it, So,
Ooh.
yeah. So, anyways, because I do converse back and forth with Johnny Reed occasionally.
Yeah.
So he actually always texts me back, but the tribute, I take it, is happening because I'm in the cabinet meeting. I can't be listening to it.
It is happening. We've heard from Jimmy so far, and Moose, and a few others. So yeah.
Yeah. No,
we heard from Riley as well.
Yesterday here at the Fort Garry is where we're meeting as a cabinet, and we were talking. Don was still hurting quite a bit, and he said he spoke to Seaweed and others. They're all feeling the gap now. They feel already with this legend, leaving us and going to his new home. And it's good his brothers are getting on the show, and a lot of people are hearing such talent and gifted talent, by the way. So the family as a whole is gifted, but Clint was, again, a musician that could play anything and learn anything when it comes to music, and he's somebody that's going to be remembered for many, many moons to come. So, and I know that his family is missing him and feeling, and of course with his sister just passed a few days after, the family's going through a little bit of a hard time right now. So, and they've always been there for others. So it's time for us as a nation to come together and send our best their way. One of our other legends actually got some bad news pertaining to cancer. I can't speak on it until I get approval.
Right.
So I was talking to her son yesterday, and I'm very concerned. And
well, she did post it yesterday on social media.
Oh,
so,
did she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you should be able. Okay.
Oh well, I was worried. I didn't want to speak on it unless I got to, Patty's a legend again, and she's been diagnosed with cancer. My understanding, and that's something that that probably all fiddlers out there, and she's been a champion throughout Canada, and nobody's been able to compare to her in that category. But clearly, you look at Clint going, you look at Patty now, and so that's why you got to appreciate our musicians, and because as I said before in the show, it takes sometimes decades to be who you can be and how good you can be, and it's devotion and commitment. And she's not, don't pick up fiddle, tomorrow morning. So these experts, these legends, we owe a great deal to keep our music alive and keep our culture alive. It's so essential that we don't forget that. And so again, I don't never forget Clint, and we'll continue to work on remembering Clint as we move forward. And of course, his family, and we'll always have a place in our hearts for them.
Yeah.
And as I said, they're a talented family, and they deserve the respect that they're all getting right now. So keep on playing his music throughout the entire show. And I want to, again, express from all our citizens, and his mom's listening, his family's listening, I want to say again our condolences on behalf of my family and on behalf of the nation, on behalf of Cabinet, the loss of both son and daughter, and brother and sister. So again, I want to express our complete prayers go your way, and I hope you feel them and understand that your children and your family mean a lot to our nation. So keep on playing the music, Nami, and be proud of the great legend, Clint Dudium.
Yeah.
So let's get some birthdays out of the way. We got a whole whack of them that people just yapping to me as I was leaving the cabinet meeting. Tracy Como comes scrambling from the back there. Happy birthday to her brother Jonathan Como, Robert Bubbs, Erickson, and Chili Reber. They're all birthdays January 31st, all of them.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, it must have been a busy family that weekend. So anyways, all three of them were born there on that same day, and happy birthday is going to Bug's son Derek, who turns 14 on Sunday, and happy birthday to Gore's nephew. And then I got birthdays here to Emmett Gillespie. That's Desiree and Sean Gillespie's son. Actually, Desiree is here with me. She's just dancing or shaking her hips inside here. I know her husband knows what the hell she's doing here. But anyways, she's just dancing a storm to Clint's music here. So anyways, as Mr. Ramona Beers is, of course, grandson and daughter. And if you don't know Desiree, you're missing out. She's a great woman, and
she's lots of
one
fun.
that could make you smile in a heartbeat. So Again, that birthday is for Emmett this January 29th, so happy birthday, Emmett. Happy birthday is going to Genevieve Benoit and Al Benoit's daughter.
Oh, my goodness.
Legal counsel, and, all those people that might know Genevieve can remember her walking around at meetings as a little kid, holding her dad's hand.
In
and
the
now
studio?
She's one of our lawyers representing our government. So
the studio here, too, yeah.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable how fast they grow. And so she's happy 28th birthday. So I remember still as a kid, but now she's our lawyer.
Wow.
So just how things have changed. And also Daniel Chartrand, that's, of course, my nephew, and his birthday same as mine. I forgot him last show, and I was quite upset with myself, forgetting my nephew who has the same birthday as me. Many know Daniel. He's becoming a hockey name, spoken about quite a bit in families, and he's playing right now for the Prowlers, I think, in the United States.
Nice.
He's playing all over the United States in different forms. He's made the top line, and he's scoring goals or overtime winning and fights, and he's doing an excellent job, and proud Métis on his hockey pants. He skates, and hopefully there's a goal of Europe coming around the corner. So you look at all of those things coming up, it's quite a tribute to our family that Daniel is carrying our name that way, the Chartrand name, and playing in the United States. So, and he got, of course, a scholarship in the United States. He went to college over there. They paid for his education because of his hockey finesse, and he's now, as I said, being sought after by many, many different teams. So, again, I had a little birthday celebration last night, and then a similar time with a young man. His name, we call him Junior, and that's Daryl Danielson's boy, and his birthday went 3 times to his house, and every time he was sleeping. So 3 parties. I think he's just fooling everybody to get more presents. And he stays in the bedroom and he's sleeping. It doesn't come out. So we went to his house twice. I was there, and my wife was there 3 times. So, anyways, happy birthday to him. I hope he's listening. And again, it's always important these young kids know that they matter in our nation, our culture. So, and last night I had a good tribute to my own birthday. So
yes.
Anita couldn't make it, and she had her birthday too. Happy birthday, Anita! And just for those that, especially the Métis woman that love her so much, and she works so hard, she's still fighting her situation of her bleeding in her chest and antibiotics again. That RSV, I think what you call it. I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but it's giving her a little bit of a beating. But she's okay. She was listening to the cabinet meeting by Zoom, still working as usual, even though she's half dead. I'll use the phrase sick. So she's still there working. It's the type of cabinet we have that doesn't ever stop working, like ever ready batteries, always going around, steady, moving and working.
I wonder where they get that from.
I don't know where the hell they get it from.
I call you the Energizer, Benny.
They just went through we're just going through a lot of our capital acquisitions, and we just spoke on several issues. One of the things I'm speaking on tomorrow around cabinet, just for our fishers listening out there, as I said, I'm getting a call into the Premier. I want a meeting with the Premier as soon as possible. I want to discuss the strategy we have in buying fishing license off our Métis citizens. And then, as we know, once they buy them, they'll never return it back to our fishers and our families. It's not just about fishing license and a job. It's part of who we are. It's part of our culture. No different than the East Coast, as they fight vigorously to protect their lobster or their fishing. It runs in the blood in the family. So it's not that you're going to get rich as being a fisherman, but it's part of who your makeup is. And so for us, we're very concerned the more licenses the provinces buy, the less opportunity will be to rebuild this industry. We believe this industry has failed our people, failed First Nations, failed the Métis. We are the majority of fishers out there. And really, it's been something that should have become worth hundreds and hundreds of millions of annual income. It's only $62 million. They take half of that just to run the corporation, and then only half goes back to the fishermen, $31 million. So you start doing the math. It's unbelievable, the cost of running a business that they charge to the fishermen and take it off their poor backs at 40 below, out there freezing and trying to make a living, but something they love to do. So I'm very concerned the province, like Alberta, let's look at Alberta for a second. Alberta no longer has commercial fisheries. The sport fishing associations have taken completely over with the support of the province, and they shut down all commercial fisheries in Alberta. And in the same Saskatchewan, I could see it happening, given the fact the way that they do not respect Métis rights in Saskatchewan. and there's a lot of work that's got to be done. I know we're supporting a few harvesters right now legally. We're going to help them to fight their rights to harvest in Saskatchewan, and I just want people to know that we're helping our citizens no matter where they live, and so we're going to address this issue of lack of respect to not only our constitutional rights but our cultural rights as a people. So commercial fisheries is something that we've built ourselves around. That's why our community, if you look at the map, it's so simple. You look at the map, you see all the villages are. The Métis communities, First Nations, where do we buy? The lakes. Why do we buy the lakes? Because we use the water. We use it for trapping. We use it for fishing. Mm-hmm. That was the main purpose of our existence as a people. So now the province is trying to buy them out, and then they'll keep the license, never return them. And we're thinking it maybe the Federation will buy the licenses, and we can give them out to the future. Uh-huh. So we're going to sit down with the Premier, see where we go with that, and at the same time look at it. Same thing with our housing. We're very concerned. I know many citizens out there are probably feeling the same concern we have as Cabinet. We just finished talking about the rising, again, interest rate. It's jumped up by another quarter point. And every time that quarter point comes up, and if you're a homeowner, you know if you're a floating mortgage you have, your interest costs to pay for your mortgage every month is rising. So it becomes very hard to maintain, but I just got good news that out of the 800 houses 800 families that bought their houses, 800 houses in Toronto, Manitoba, most of them, 90% are locked mortgages, so that this flex of rising interest rates won't affect them because their mortgage is locked in.
Oh, that's
so
good.
Which is great news. So, but we're still going to go back. Just the homeowners out there concerned, our offices will be calling you just to find out how you're feeling, how things are going, if you're okay. We have 800 people out there that bought houses. We want to make sure that they keep their houses, and so we'll be getting in touch with them very soon. You'll be getting a call from our government. We want to make sure our people are taken care of. So again, it's something that shows you that we're looking at all of these things in a way that makes we don't forget. It's important that we recognize the value of our hardworking families that God gave everything they have to own a house so they can leave that legacy to their children. And sure as hell, we're not going to sit by and watch them lose their house because the economy is affecting them in this country. So don't forget, there's a talk of recession coming. So that's what our cabinet's talking about. Our supplement program is working very well. We got money rolling out there to our seniors, to our elders. Those are two different phrases, and people listen to me on the show. When I use the word seniors, those are people that have reached pension age of 55 and up, but there's elders. Some of them can be 55. But seniors and elders are two different peoples. Yeah. Because elders, you have to earn that right to become an elder, to be respected, that your name is attached with the hard work of protecting your identity, your name, and the purpose of the respect you've earned in your community and from your nation. So elders out there and seniors, I know we're giving them $100 each a month right now for the next till the end of March. So we're very pleased with that. And if they apply, we'll talk about it again tomorrow in Cabinet or tomorrow morning. They apply. If they apply now, we'll go right back to October because a lot of people didn't hear of this, but there's so many that have. I know the students are ready. They've college students. There's 400 and something college students. Each of them are getting a supplement of additional monies above what they're getting. Yeah. Another $75 a month for each student. So that's going to go to help pay for extra costs of supplies, whether it's some vegetables. We don't know. Somebody was complaining the other day. Went and bought a tomato. It cost them $4 nearly for one tomato. So the cost of vegetables are gone sky high. So how do we expect our students to be healthy if they can't afford it? So we're putting additional $75 a month to every student. And so they're very happy. They're so very, very pleased that their government's taking care of them. They'd never see this day, but now they see their government's right behind, watching their back. As I always said in my statements, we have your back. We got your back. So you start looking at that, and now there's close to 800, Naomi, university students now.
Perfect.
That are getting $75 a month, and that goes right back to October. So again, excitement up there is happening. Child and families giving $50 a month to all the families. So you start looking at that spread. Where, as I said in our reports before, we set aside about $5 million in that budget to make sure it'll carry itself past March. I see the province announcing theirs also. They're giving out monies to families, but it's a one-time fund. Ours is a monthly fund, so ours actually surpasses theirs. At the end of the day, our money is much larger than theirs. And not that I'm competing with them, That's they have a bigger task to take care of more people, but they have bigger budget than I do. But anyways, it's how you manage your affairs in your business, and we want to make sure we take care of our people in the way we know. Don't forget, too, for trappers out there, we're heading out in your neighborhood again. Trappers Festival is coming up February 15th and 19th. I may try to make it out there. I'm going to try. I was also being pulled to go to Philippines because my nephew is getting married out there.
Oh.
So I'm still being pulled. But, it's family's family. You got to be there for your family. I'm the oldest in my family now. As you know, in our culture, the oldest of families to take care of all the family.
Yeah.
And that's how it works in our Métis culture. My job is to keep the family together, as my mom would tell me. And then when my mom passed, it would be my brother, and he was older than I. And then my brother, then my sister was older. She was responsible, but she died 6 months after my mom. So now I'm the oldest, so my job is to keep the family together and to watch over my family. So in our culture, Métis culture, I love the way it's designed, and the older is responsible to take care of all families. So again, Richard, I know, is getting out there. I hope he's listening somehow out in the Philippines, and he's been in love now for quite a number of years there.
Aww.
And he's trying to bring his wife home too. So, and out to move to that bay from that tropical weather to some minus 40. I don't know. It's going to be a shock in hell, I think, for that lady when she moves out there.
I think so.
Yeah.
She'll survive.
We're wearing little sandals and T-shirts every day.
I know.
For 365 days a year, and now all of a sudden you're going to wear parkas and big snow boots. So it's going to change the very essence of your life. So
I saw some pictures. They look cute together.
Well, let's not forget the Trappers Festival, everybody out there, and they're trying to revive this. It used to be such a big thing, and I hope it gets back to where it was.
Yeah.
Dog sledding is still such a powerful event to watch. And, somebody was asking me the question, I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago. We were talking about fishing and dog sledding, and I said dogs were used. Even my grandpa used to have dogs, and they used to have, a lot of our Métis fishers had dogs because they didn't have skidoos. They had dog sleds, and they would go fishing. Some had horses, they go on the lakes, and once the ice was thick enough, and so there was different ways that our people, used the animals and the ways of making sure that they got to continue their economies of scale. So, but Trappers Festival is going to have a bunch of stuff. I know there's going to be bannock making, I think. There's going to be some other tea making events, flower packing. I seen those tough guys last time I was there. I watched them. I thought, holy man, there's someone, I think, we're putting 800 pounds. Of course, there's a legend out there who was from Moose Lake, was still unbeatable. But watching these men slap on all that flour, 500, 600, 700 pounds on the back and walking, tiny steps at a time, but just the power in them. I envy them. I wish I had that power. So it's good to watch them, cheer them on, and I know that we're going to have Métis Night. It's such a big event for us there. We're packed the house. Tickets sells out so quickly. Judy and our team work so diligently to make sure that everybody has a good time, music and fun and food. You can't ask for more. And at the same time, our trapper buyers out there now. We'll be out there in DePaul, February 15th. We're in Brandon, Dauphin, Swan River, DePaul, February 18th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. to buy fur from our Métis trappers. February 19th, Thompson. February 22nd, St. Laurent. February 23rd, St. Malo. So you just look at the list, and our trapper is going out there and buying the fur. And as I said on the show, our Métis has invested $1 million on a side to go and revive this industry, get it back to where it should be, and getting our people back into helping the environment, helping natural resources, helping animals, because if there's too many, they will end up getting sick, and nature will take care of them. And nature is very vicious when it decides to take care of business. So we hope the trappers will balance out the need of the animal population to be a certain ratio, and so I look forward to us helping out that way. So keep on trapping out there, find your traps. We also have grants for traps, and then from there, the artisans are ecstatic. We talked about it this morning. The beadwork is back in full scale. I'm so proud of our beaders out there, and the fur they need to make the mitts, to make caps, to make, again, the beading necessary around that. So, again, we're helping out in our way. So I think Jason White, he's our director. He's out there, and his phone number is 431-336-0465. Look at our website, 431-336-0465. And we have a bunch of programs, Métis Youth Summer Employment, Child Education. We have energy advisor training. We have heavy equipment operating training Southwest. That's coming out in March. Administrative assistant program. That's coming up in, again, Red River 18 years and older. That's at the, just look at our website. It's Red River Polytech. Health Care Aid program. That's starting in 2023 in the spring. And, of course, we're still pushing hard for our child and family certificate programs out there for our people to get out there, get their child care tickets so they can actually work in our daycare centers that we're building more and more. Snow clearing, I hope they're taking care of our elders out there. We're hiring young people to be entrepreneurs, learn how to be entrepreneurs, and actually get out there and help out our elders, but get paid at the same time. So I have a couple closing ones. First, George Lavallee, of course, Amanda's father. He's in hospital. He's having a challenging time right now. Our best wishes go out to him, and I know he's a fighter. He took me hunting many times in his area. He's a hard-working Métis man, and right now he's fighting some personal issues and health, and he's having a very difficult time. I think cancer is starting to beat him up quite a bit. So, again, our prayers, if you have prayers, send them out to Lavallee, Amanda, and her family, all of them. So, best wishes, George, and I hope you're listening. If not, your daughter will tell you that you were famous on the Métis Hour, that we never forget our elders, and one of them, of course, is George Lavallee, who's still one of our Michif elder speakers. And I also want to do a closing now with the condolences going out to the Epsol Wood from God's Lake Narrows, who passed away Thursday. That's Buggy Danielson, and asked us to send it out on behalf of his daughter and daughter-in-law. And we want to say again to condolences to the family for the quick loss of his Ashanti, I think that's her name.
Okay.
I know what she is. I seen her last night. She was at my birthday party, and her name is Ashanti, and she lost her grandfather who raised her. So condolences going out to you, Ashanti, and your family, and I know your grandpa is in a new home. So you can take care, everybody, and I'll talk to you. Thanks for being there last night, Naomi.
Oh, yes, I wouldn't miss it. And you had a fan show up there last night. That was
some
so
crazy
much
lady
fun.
showed up there. I tell you, man, I don't know who she was. They sent her. They sent one of those pranksters, you know.
A scheme-a-dream.
Yeah, she was all dressed up in some crazy outfit, and she scared the hell out of me, to be honest with you. It's called Rent a Nerd. And but I tell you, she scared me.
It was funny. We had a good time, though. And, of course, loving all those tributes to you as well and your leadership and for making everyone feel like family. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I started, as you heard me say in my closing after, I said, holy man, I can't wait for my funeral. I said, if they see all these nice things here, imagine what they're going to say to me when I do pass away.
Oh, so, I hope that's a long, long, long time away from now.
Anyways, I want to say thank you to Johnny Cuomo, but at the same time, because I was asking in cabinet this morning, we bought a house in Cranberry, the police house, and we, of course, are going to be doing some renovations. We're not sure exactly how we're going to be utilizing the house. There's several business opportunities that have come our way. It used to be owned by federal government, and federal government offers Indigenous people the first rights to purchase. Okay. So we bought the house, and there's a big tourism out there, so we could be using it for that, or we can be using it for housing, and we're not sure yet because we try to build housing in Cranberry for people that are listening, and the municipality went against us. We're trying to build senior homes, elder homes, and you wouldn't believe they haven't built a house in that community for over 30 years. Wow. And the municipality voted against us not to build houses there. We can go build, he said, in the bush somewhere, in a well-fared area where people are struggling because they can't find jobs, and Manitoba Housing has built an area there, and of course the maintenance and operation is not the best. And they said, well, you can go build in that area. I said, why can't I build over here? That nobody's using this land. It's completely acres and acres and acres of green space sitting there empty. Yeah. Why can't I build here? But they promised me I could. And then the elders can see the lake, get up, have their tea in their deck, and look at the lake in the morning. So have some tea there and feel so comfortable in their own community. Mm-hmm. And they had a referendum on it, and the people voted against it from the that probably are not even from there. Wow. And they end up not even going to be buried there. Probably they'll get buried where they come from. Yeah. But they voted against it, and the municipality supported it, and so they didn't let me build houses there.
You know, I've been looking for a house too, and I don't know how many times I've been told I don't want any drama, I don't want any partying, and I was just like, it's an eye opener out there of what you have to go through. Yeah,
it's racism, it's prejudice.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and it's unbelievable, Naomi, that it's happening this day and age. But we'll get over it. Cranberry one day, there'll be a different Reeve, maybe a different mix of people will move out, and the Métis will start taking over their town again, and we'll build houses there. I want to build senior homes in Cranberry Portage, and that's one thing that upsets me, that they're disallowing the Métis government to go build homes for our people there.
Well, if anyone can do it,
but don't build in a nice place.
Anyone can do it. It'll be you.
It will be me. Trust me. They'll never beat me. No, I'll beat them down. Trust me.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk to you guys next Saturday. I got to get back to cabinet, and again, it's always nice to hear your voice, Naomi.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cowboy, for finding me.
Yeah,
Bye.
you're welcome. Yeah, thanks,
Bye-bye.
Dave.
Bye.